Okay, this is going to be a late war, Flames of War battle. 1900 points per side. It's going to be Germany versus US. And we'll first take a look at the battlefield. So we got a town on this side, a little village, with the crossroads. And the church and a graveyard. Got some hills, trees, and we got a stream here with a bridge. So that is the layout of the battlefield. And next we'll go over to forces. Alright, this is the German force. The Germans are kind of desperate at this point of the war, so we're going to take some desperate measures. And what we've got is a Jagdee Panther HQ, 2 Jagdee Panthers, 4 Stug 4s, 4 Hetzers, 2 Hetzers, and they get tank A skills. Panzer Grenadier Platoon, and they have mounted assault, so that's why they have their half tracks ready. This is 6 10.5 centimeter howitzers, and Rudel. So that is the German forces coming into this battle. Let's see who they're taking on. Alright, this is the American side, and who better to take on the Germans than those nutty guys, the 101st Airborne. So we got our 1st and 2nd in command. These two are exactly alike. 2 rifle platoons, so they got a commander, 3 rifle teams, 5 bazookas, 1 mortar, and then they each got attached 2 light machine guns to give them a little more firepower. And then we got some anti-aircraft, a jumbo and 2 EZ-8s, some 155s, and another set of 155s, and then a priority air support. So this is the USA side. Let's see what mission they have to do. Well, for the mission, a 2 and then a 4 was rolled. So that means the mission is going to be no retreat. So it looks like those airborne are going to have to defend the territory again. Can the Germans succeed this time? We'll find out. Well, let's get all the objectives down and see what happens. Alright, this is Germany's side of the battlefield. They will have this small area to deploy in, all of their forces to go take out the USA will be sitting over there. The USA have half of the table to deploy in. However, they have reserves, so they're only going to start with half their force on the table. The rest will come in during the game, which could get pretty tough with all those tanks coming rolling down towards them. It's going to be a tough one for the USA. The objectives got put down. Oh, and 1 USA unit can be held in ambush, so any of these can be popped out somewhere in here during the game for surprise. 1 objective was put here by the Germans to try to capture. The USA put theirs way in the corner over here, which means they'd have to come to all these buildings and try to capture that one. That one looks like it may be a little easier for them to capture, but ambushes could come from that side too, pretty easy. So we'll see how this battle goes. This is going to be interesting to see. All right, we'll get everything deployed. All right, USA deployed their forces up here, and it looks like they took the 2 rifle teams and put them out there. One thing that was forgot to mention was that they do have gammon bombs, so their assault rating is 3 on tank assault 3. Also, Shifty is in there, and he gets re-rolls and 4+ firepower, and they have Toccoa sergeants. So it's a pretty tough little unit. In ambush is going to be the Jumbo with the 2 EZ8s. So even if Germans get over here with their armor and wipe out part of these, those are still out here somewhere on this side of the table. So let's see what the Germans are going to do. Okay, Germany deployed their forces at their end of the table. The howitzers lined up along the back. Beware the bear! Leave the bear alone! And their commander went over here for that unit. Staff team went over here and started scaring the deer. The deer, run! Over here, the 2 JAG-Ds went on this side. The half-tracks with the men mounted in them, which are back here, lined up on the road with the 2 Hetzers behind them. And their Tiger Ace skill with Clever Hans, so they'll get to reroll bog checks. Now 4 Stugs went over here, and the 4 Hetzers on that side. So it looks like they're kind of spread out. So the US doesn't know exactly where they're going, I'm not sure. Then the Warriors independent teams had to go down, so the HQ went there. These guys don't get 1, but get 2 spotters, 2 observers. So 1 went on the hill here to get a good look at the town, and this one's ready to enter the church to go to the bell tower, it looks like. So the US had also deployed their warriors and independent teams. So the second in command went on this hill to get a little observation. One of the observers went on this side to kind of get a line of sight over here in case they can't get it. Another observer went into one of these buildings. No, he's over here. Went to that building over there. So that's how the game is laid out. We'll see how this battle goes. How Germany's going to win is if they take either objective. So there's one on this side, or that one over there behind the tree. How the US wins is after turn 6, if the Germans, if there's no German units that have entered their half of the table, so over here, the USA will win. So the Germans just can't sit back. This one. So, let the battle begin. Germany has first turn. Okay, this is the end of the top of turn 2 or turn 1, and Germany has advanced up and started shooting. The artillery tried to range in over here on this side to try to take out a couple of guys, and the spotter, they were, since they had 6, they were going to use, they used a smaller one to get rerolls. Well, it took the 3rd try to range in, so then they rolled a 6, 6, 3 to hit. They get a reroll at 3 and rolled a 5, so 2 hits. But the 2 targets made their save. But they are pinned down because they did get hit by the artillery. The Jags moved up, needed 6s to hit. They rolled a 1 and a 5 for their main gun. The Hetzers moved up. One of them hit with a 6, the guy failed to save, and they made the firepower, which killed one of the guys in the building. So they did take out 1 paratrooper so far. The second spotter is up in the church now, so they have an observer for the next round. HQ moved up, got a 3, missed. All the Stugs did not roll very well. Got a 4, 1, 2, 2, and the Hetzers almost with a 5. They needed a 6 also. So that is the end of Germany's turn 1, and now it is USA's turn 1. Maybe look at reserve. We'll see. Alright, we're at the bottom of turn 1 with the United States' turn. And they tried to roll reserves and got a 4. So the tanks didn't come rolling in this turn. Nothing came rolling in. The tanks stayed in ambush. Nobody moved. They all wanted to stay dug in and gone to ground. Makes them very hard to hit. The airplane came in, and I got 2 flights with that airplane. It centered over and got the 2 Hetzers and the 4 transports. On the 4 transports, they shot their anti-aircraft and took 1 plane out, so it was down to 1, so it was re-roll successful hits. So this is what I did. And then re-rolled, still hit, saves, 1 of them saved, and destroyed them, 3 of them. The men had to make their saves, and they did not make it. The one group there did make it. The Hetzers got hit. Reroll, 1 of them did not get hit. Failed his save, and failed the firepower, so it is only bailed out. And that is it for USA's turn 1. We are now heading to turn 2. Oh, they had to make their morale check with these guys. They make it individually on a 2+, and they both rolled 5. So they are still in that transport. We'll see what happens with Germany. Okay, it's top of turn 2, and it was Germany's turn. The artillery is already ranged in on the spot over there, so they decided to take it with their re-rolls, and they didn't need the re-rolls. The men underneath tried to make their save, 1 failed, firepower test successful, so it took out another team. So now there are 2 teams taken out, and they are from the same unit, platoon. And they are pinned down again. The Jags over here did not move, so they took their 2 shots, needing 6s, and came close with a 5. But no. Hetzer tried to remount, didn't make it, rolled a 2. This one decided to take 2 shots. Again, another 5. Failed. 2 machine guns over here from this 1 half-track. Didn't make 6s. HQ could make a 6 with 2 shots. It didn't move either. The Stugs are still being ineffective. Just not rolling very well at all. The Hetzers came over, was trying to machine gun the guys. They pulled right up to the building. Was going to machine gun them, try to pin the dudes. They hit 1, 2, 3 times. And then the guys saved, failed firepower, so they're still alive, and saved. Didn't pin the unit, so they made their stormtrooper move and moved back away from the building. I did make 1 mistake on the way that the Germans, or the way USA could win. It's at turn 6. Germany has to be on their side of the table. So Germany, it seems like they're trying to whittle down that side so they can attack, but they're also pushing on this side. And if USA doesn't get reserves here shortly, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Alright, bottom turn 2 coming up. Alright, bottom of turn 2. USA made a reserve roll, so they got 1 in. So they pulled in their 155s. The guy made a check to get in the building. Their commander, he made it. As far as getting unpinned, of course the paratroopers made it. Didn't even need to re-roll. And but unfortunately the spotter did not. That should not be in effect on what he can do. The airplane came in, tried to take out the Jags, needed 3s, hit once, and they had a top armor 1 and made a 6. So the airplane didn't do anything to them. If they pull much closer, the airplane can't even hit them because it'll be within 16 of these guys. So that was the Americans' turn. They did nothing. So we'll see what Germany can do. Top of turn 3. Pressure's starting to mount for Germany now. They have to try to get on that side of the table. See what happens on their turn. Alright, looks like top of turn 3 with Germany. The artillery was still ranged in that spot, trying to weaken it over there. They rolled a 2 and a 5, got to re-roll the 2, rolled a 1, so they hit. But this time, they made their save. So no firepower or anything, so they made their save. And he's still pinned. They didn't move. Did hit once, made their save. Machine gun, hit once, made their save. Riedel tried to come in. He was intercepted. So the USA is down to 4 dice now. So was Riedel. HQ shot, hit once, made their save. They shot, didn't make it, any of them. Over here, a lot of shooting. Finally pinned down the unit. They decided, woohoo, we're going to charge in. Hopefully break this side. Leave it wide open for them to try to take that objective down there, since this will be all gone. And more reserves will probably be coming in, so this is time to try to push it aside, put a little more pressure. So they finally got the studs moved up to help with the assault. So they pinned the unit down with all of the shooting. Came in, 2 vehicles got bogged. They had to pull back. Defensive fire, took out 2 of them. Moved up there, 2 of them bogged down, and moved back. And they got destroyed. 2 of them from defensive fire. Rolled for their 3+. I'm going to stay in the game that each of them do. Failed, succeeded, failed, failed, succeeded. Oh, it was dead. Succeeded, succeeded. And this was the shooting and firepower test from these guys as far as taking them out. So, not a very good turn for Germany. Their plane didn't come in. They got intercepted. Artillery didn't take anybody out this turn. They did pin the unit, but that training they have, the trained with the 4+, really got them, because if they would have had a veteran, they probably could have made it in. Done some real damage to this side and started opening it up, where maybe they could come sweeping through. And you would still have to worry about that side. So it's looking pretty bad for Germany right now. Let's see what America can do to capitalize on it. Alright, bottom of turn 3, it was USA's turn. Again, that unit got unpinned, they got unpinned. He never does. He never did get unpinned. So they got unpinned and he got unpinned, no unpinned. Reserves, 3 dice, didn't succeed, but since it was turn 3, automatically get 1. Another 155 came in on this side. They dug in, so the commander in there and the staff team are dug in here. Airplane came in. Riedel saving his dice apparently. Did not come to intercept. Had 2 planes. Going after these again. Needed 3s. Rolled a 2 and a 1. Okay. So the USA on that side with their Federalist paratroopers are, well, not yet. This is the artillery is going into range using him over there onto the same Jags. Needed 4s to 1. So they're going to assault the tanks. They could do it sneaking up tanks, so no defensive fire. Need to make a 3+ fearless check for tank terror. Rolled a 1. Commander wasn't close enough to give them a reroll on that. So they stayed in their buildings and those tanks survived. So they may be pushing on towards the objective. We'll have to see what Germany does to capitalize on this, because that was a horrible, horrible turn for USA. They had a chance to really just close this game out. Well, let's see what Germany does. Alright, this is the top of turn 4 for Germany. Rudel came in and did not get intercepted. He tried to go over there, but after measuring everything, he couldn't fit in by the time all the tanks moved. So he came over to this artillery unit. Needed choose to hit, rolls a 1 and a 2. Hits it. They failed their save. They're not dug in or anything, they just came in the board, so it is gone. So one gun is gone out of this. And they are pinned down, so that may come into play next turn. They may not be able to do any artillery shots for this unit. Jagd's over here, shot, 2 shots each. They both hit, save, failed. Their save and the firepower test was successful, so it took out another unit. And that was a machine gun. Took out there. Artillery changed their target from over there to that building with the roof off of it to help with the assault over there. Needed 6s. Rolled a 1, then rolled a 6, rolled a 5 to hit, and the guy made his save. But that unit is pinned down again, and they are ranged in on that building over here, where this side's being attacked. These guys raced into the courtyard, shot, missed. They shot their machine guns. This one hit once, and the guy made a save. Rest of the shot, could not get unbelled or bogged down, could not get unbogged down. This one shot, hit twice, failed to save, just one of them failed the firepower. This one hit once, made their save, hit twice over here with this one, made their save. And these guys then tried to do a stormtrooper move to head back up the hill to get a little further away and put a little pressure on this side. Both rolled a 2 for a stormtrooper move. So, I don't know, Germany's back to being in trouble now. That was I think their chance to really pull this game out. But we'll see what USA does, because last turn they did nothing. So let's see what they do. Alright, bottom of turn 4. The reserves came in. There's only one reserve left, and it was going to be automatic. So the anti-aircraft came over here to help protect them if Rudel came in next time. They could not get unpinned, so no artillery shot from them, and everything else is too far away for a straight shot. They decided to target the Jags over there again, and hit on the first one. So that means time on target, so they have to reroll successful saves. And hit, missed, hit, they failed their save, firepower successful, 1 gone, ranged in over here. So if that guy doesn't move, he's going to be hit again. Could not become unpinned again. The unit over there, of course, always comes unpinned, it seems. Oh, this was something else. The 2 Hetzers came in. That one came in. Wait. The Americans decided to sit still so they could sneak up on the tanks without getting defensive fire. These guys came in. A few of them came in over here. He couldn't use a spotter. Machine gun cannot. So the guys came in, Assaulted, they made their tank there, assaulted, took out one tank, missed everything else. Over here, took that one out. The 4-4. Totally whiffed on that one. Rolled a 1. The tanks rolled to come back. Successful. Unsuccessful. So he moved back here. This one was successful. Came in, hit, took out a guy. This one whiffed. Didn't take his guy out. So America came back and totally failed. They needed a 3+. They rolled a 1. So they backed up. They let these consolidate. That one moved up. This one moved back 4 inches towards the objective. And they became pinned down. And it's going to be Germany's turn 5. But when you look for within 4 inches, the Hetzer made it. So it's the beginning, turn 5, be Germany's turn. They captured the objective. It's going to be the start of their turn. So Germany won this one. Somehow, some way, Germany pulled out a win. Okay. Well, thank you. And I'll see if I can make some more Flames of War battle reports.